Hello and welcome to what I hope will be quite a short and sweet channel update for 2021. I wanted to just have a quick kind of overview of where the channel's been up to. Obviously videos have been a bit slow, so I kind of wanted to explain why that's been the case and also just talk through some of the things I've been up to, what I've been doing other than making YouTube videos, and just give a kind of breakdown of where I see the channel going over the next few months. So firstly, the thing to talk about is why I've not been recording more. Partly it's motivation. I've kind of got back into map making a lot more than I did when I relaunched this channel, or launched this channel, I guess. And so that's taken up a lot of my time, but actually the biggest thing is just finding availability to record. So the room where I have my laptop and my computer set up for recording and everything is the same room that the TV is in and that people want to come in and use, which generally doesn't matter when people are away or out all the time. Like, that's not as much of a problem, but because of lockdown coming back in, I just don't have the availability to record unless other people are out of the house effectively. So at the moment everyone else is out on a walk and I'm recording a Minecraft video. So that's sort of the main issue. That's why I can't record more maps at the moment. I can't record more Nova. I am slowly going to keep chugging through that, but I don't know how frequently the videos are going to be. I've been trying to space them out every kind of week, 2 weeks, so that there is some content coming out, but obviously I would much rather kind of extend that. And I think as I move forward, I would also like to do slightly longer videos. I've so far recorded 4 episodes of the Verde Passage, and I am still in the Verde Passage. So in order to try and kind of get through that section and get through the map a bit faster, I think longer videos will be the aim. But it just depends about when we get out of lockdown and when there's a bit more availability for me to record. And that's just a function of everyone working from home, and then when finishing work, and then people wanting to relax. But then what else have I been working on? So I kind of talked about where the videos have gone. I did also have a Pokemon Emerald Let's Play that I had started right at the start of this channel, and I think I've got 3 episodes of that recorded and ready to be edited that I've had sat on my hard drive for about 5 months now. So I may upload those as well, just so there is some content coming out, even if it's not really the content that a lot of people are subscribed for, and not the content that I'm kind of interested in making anymore. I would still like to finish that series at some point. It's just a case of when, and when it feels like the right time. But if I'm not able to record more Nova, then Pokemon may kind of fill that gap for a while. So the other thing that I've been working on, the kind of non-YouTube thing, is map making, of course. So I released a trailer for a mini-map called Arboreal Antics a little while ago, and I've since made 2 more mini-maps, which I did not release trailers for. One I made in 6 hours. It was called A Christmas Miracle, and it was sort of just a test to see if I could make a Christmas area really quickly. I didn't want to spend much time on a Christmas map that no one would play after the 25th of December, sorry. And then I quite enjoyed doing that in 6 hours, but didn't want to kind of spend any more time on that project, so I instead moved on to this one. And this was a Christmas Miracle. No, this is a Christmas Chaos, which took me 2 weeks. I spent 2 weeks on this map, and I'm really proud of it, really proud of the way that it's come out, and how big it is and how much content there is, given that it was made in 2 weeks. It was a limited time map, and it also let me explore some new techniques in mapping and new bits and pieces that I hadn't done before. So for instance, playing with some new biome features, so custom biomes. If we come down here, I might drop my render distance a little bit, but as you can see, grey grass. It's quite subtle. I didn't want to kind of go over the top with it most of the time. There's a bit kind of further down the map. But you can see grey grass, new biome colours. If I set it to I don't know if I need to push start map for this to work, but let's start map anyway. Because I also did custom natural spawns, which is something I would definitely like to. Yeah, sure. In fact, I'll leave it at night time. Why not? And let's hop into creative. So I did custom natural spawns, and there's various other things. So the mobs that spawn depend on. I don't know why I've got hitboxes on. How do I get rid of hitboxes? There we go. So the custom natural spawns depend on the difficulty that you're on, and also where you are in the map. So if you're in this kind of starter valley, you get easier natural spawns, and you can sort of see some zombies getting teleported if you look very quickly, because that teleportation happens 20 times a second. So it's, if you're playing at 30 FPS or above, you kind of, or 20, anything higher than 20, you will see some flashing zombies. But it also had some other things, like if you kill these polar bears, then it ticks up a score, and after you've killed 10 of them, various things happen on the way up to 10. So it was a kind of the most data pack heavy map that I've done by quite a long way, which is quite a low bar for me to clear, but it was still a really good learning experience on that front. And I also got some really good feedback on the map, so it was just nice to get that, to go through a beta testing process and get feedback from particularly Render and Adri. Both helped a lot in things like this wool wasn't originally here. Originally, there wasn't a wool dungeon here. It was just some ruins. But actually, the way that the map works is you'd be very unlikely to find a wool in quite well. It's you could end up spending a lot of time in the map before you got a single wool, and that didn't feel very good for the player. And so it's just this, like, these sorts of things that you kind of learn from watching and listening to people, which you don't necessarily get from just written feedback. And so it's nice to have released a map that's been played by, I think, around 600 people, or downloaded by 600 people, and had a few kind of YouTube series of it as well. So yeah, got some feedback on how people feel about the map, and I think it works quite well as a Christmas map. It's fairly light-hearted, pretty easy, and quite, has a few like fun, unique features. So these are the other custom biome colors I was using. So you can see they kind of go a bit crazy. And you've got the option of doing this, and it was cool seeing people react to that as well. So generally really happy with this project, and I'm working on a full map as well, which I won't kind of spoil. I did consider filming this video in that map, but yeah, I don't want to spoil too many things from it, because I am working quite hard on that, but it's going to take a while. I was hoping to finish most of the building, apart from like the final area, by March. I don't know if that's going to happen. And then loot and mobs will take probably a month for me to do, because I've got a lot of ideas for data pack systems and things. And I want to, the loot and mobs in this map were very rushed, because it was getting close to Christmas, and I definitely wanted to release like at least a week before Christmas. So yeah, I'm working on a full map, and that's taking a bit of time. I've also been trying to make sure I'm continuing to produce kind of tutorial stuff, and tutorial documents in particular. So I wrote one on making data packs for people, because I know that data packs are things that people are kind of scared of. They still want to use command blocks, even though command blocks are worse. And this was actually, I think, the first time I'd done a monument data pack. So previously I'd done monuments. Well, the only monument I'd done with commands was for Harbinger, and that was using command blocks. I just used command blocks for all of it. So this kind of, as you place the wall, does that, and then once you complete the map, it gives you it spawns a horse and gives you a well done message, basically. And the other thing, which I will show off on video, that I'm quite proud of this map, if you haven't played the map, I'm sorry for spoilers, but it is now late January, and it seems unlikely that many people are going to pick this up, at least until December, when I may do an updated version for 1.17, but we will see. But I think this is the coolest feature of this map, which is the ice track. I don't know if I want to do a full loop on this, but you go in here, you go over the start line, and you have a certain time to finish it. But even this was slightly rushed. I think it would have been good to have an on-screen timer. The timer is done on a schedule clock that you can't see, so you don't get any visual feedback about how much time you've got left. You get a different amount of time depending on the difficulty you're playing on, but there's no indicator of that for the player. So although I'm really proud of this, and I won't spoil where it goes in case you do want to play this map, but I'm really proud of it. But even that had things that could be more polished. And I think this is the thing with the full map that I'm working on, is that it's that polish that's really hard to do well. Like I think there's this thing called the 80-20 rule, where you get 80% of the results from 20% of the effort, and then the last 20% is the other 80% of the effort. And I definitely feel like that with map making, where in a limited time map, where you can excuse lacking polish in certain bits, you can end up you can finish 80, like an 80% map, or which I kind of feel like this is, where it has shortcomings. I'm like, well, I made it in 2 weeks. I'm not being hugely clear on that, but effectively, full maps take longer, not only because you have to make more areas, but because everything has to be more coherent, more polished. You have to think a lot more about loot balance. You have to think a lot more about where you're giving out items, how you're designing mobs, and all of that, which you don't really have to deal with in a mini-map, particularly an open world one like this. So that's going to be it for this channel update. I think the only other thing I do want to talk about quickly is the survival Let's Play. I think that's dead, basically. I can't see myself. That was kind of a creative outlet when I didn't want to do any more map making, and so I was running a survival. If you've not paid any attention to this, I was running a survival Minecraft Let's Play built around. I wanted it to be kind of loosely built around the Odyssey, and building kind of I was going to build like a Cyclops' dungeon and various other parts of the Iliad, basically, but loosely framed in Minecraft. And I had a bit of fun doing that, but then I got back into map making, and now it's like, do I want to pour the effort of creating those dungeons into a video series, or do I want to do it into a mapping series? And at the moment, my priority is mapping. So that's unfortunately probably not going to be coming back, but we shall see. We shall see. I won't completely rule it out, but I think in future it will probably be that if I release another survival series, I will want to join an SMP server with some other people who are making YouTube videos, and have that interaction with them, and the possibilities that offers more than a solo series would, I think. That is actually going to be it now. That's I think that I've said everything I wanted to say. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this little channel update, and hope you're looking forward to kind of more content in the future when it becomes easier for me to record it. And Happy New Year, and very belatedly. I hope you're all doing well despite the current circumstances. For now, though, bye-bye.